Okay, so it's all over, and Asante Kotoko slumped to their 10th defeat of the season. And Nsoatreman really played a tactical game, kept it close and tight, and that was a warning towards the end that Nsoatreman was still looking for that 3 points, and they kept coming, kept probing, and at the end there, just one man in that dangerous space there, and a brilliant finish beyond. You have to give credit to Maxwell Konedu in the light violets against the dark purple of Prosper Ogun. There you see one draw in their last. I mean, this is Asante Kotoko we're talking about. It's just a terrible sequence, a terrible run. And no wonder the fans started trooping out before the match ended. Unfortunately for the Porcupine Warriors, it's not the scoreline that's the reason. It's perhaps worse than the scoreline. But anyway, good match, good result for the visitors. Remember, they are through to the semi-finals of the MTN FA Cup as well. This would boost their confidence as they progress in the Ghana Premier League. We'll take a look at the table and the fixtures coming up this weekend for both teams, 5, and what it means as far as the situation for Prosper Ogun is concerned. Prince Danan.
Yes, sir.
Nanedu. I said, why is stunned?
Well, we're not stunned. We said it during the halftime break. We didn't see the passion. We didn't see the zeal. We didn't see the exuberance. Nothing from Kotoko today. It was as if they were at certain points of the game. Nsoatreman did a lot of the attacking. They did a lot of the running, and it paid off for extra time. Kotoko will have to. I mean, nobody should. I don't know how to put it, but I don't think that anyone needs to cry for them. I mean, they are their own bane. We saw the kind of game they played today. A few changes were made by Prosper Nate Ogun, but in the game at all. And rightfully so. After the game, the supporters are still stunned.
Bruce, this shot is, I mean, it tells you how they're feeling.
There's a whole documentary.
They can't protest. They can't. Yeah. They're in shock.
Yeah.
But you can tell they're going through a lot of pain.
A lot of pain, because what are the reasons that are going to be given this time around? For example, is it the coach? Is it the technical bench? Is it wrong player selection? There are a lot of questions than answers.
But Nana, let me bring you in here. At least show some fights, show some energy, some aggression. When you lose, your fans can say, well, they were unlucky, they tried their best. It's one of these days. It wasn't our day. But this one, I didn't quite see that anger, that, push. Maxwell Konedu was very calm, but his players really had the fire to kill this game, and they did.
You can see right from, even from the first half, Nsoatreman were determined to win the game even much more than Asante Kotoko. And they played a good game right from the first half. They were doing a great job. And for them to come back in the second half and get the winning goal, they've done a great job. And I'm happy for Maxwell Konedu. In recent times, they were complaining the kind of performance they started the season. So almost struggling. For them to come back and get the maximum win, Manaf and Abdurrahman scoring the goals, I think I'm happy for Nsoatreman. Kotoko, Omuwejumaye, to be honest. And aside being Kotoko, look at see quality players in the Nsoatreman team much more than Asante Kotoko. That's fact. Peter Abinuakwa, Cedric Ado, Andu Sintimeni, some of these young, they enter into their first level.
These are future players.
They are compared to players who make things different from Asante Kotoko.
Right. So you think in that vein, Kotoko have got it. But let's talk about this particular match. Where was the fight? Where was the energy? Where was the 50-50 balls that you have to try and win as a home team? At least give yourself a chance.
I think the Kotoko defense were struggling to handle the attacking play of the Nsoatreman team.
I think every department.
Especially where Abdurrahman and Foster were operating from. They were struggling to handle them. So you can see Justice Blay, Nuruddin, Emmanuel Kwati, and especially the left back, Nicolas Osebonsu, were shaking right from the first half. You can see there a lot of pressure on them. And especially after equalizing in the first half to make it 1-1, they were eager to score in the first 20 minutes of the second half. That is when Nsoatreman decided to move bomb normal game. No? So it tells you the Nsoatreman team were determined to get the maximum 3 points, much more than Asante Kotoko. Asante Kotoko team, no problem. Mukwala is not the Mukwala that ended the first round.
He seemed left alone a lot of the time.
Absolutely. As the Kopong, that firepower and the fighting spirit to penetrate the 18-yard box. I'm not saying as a Kopong. Babayaya, in the first round, it was quite okay. I don't see the same Babayaya. Even he was today. So, probably within the team, I think Ogum, I don't know whether you will step to the end of the season, but I think how things are going, they need to make a crucial decision and critical decision within the play.
He says he doesn't know whether he will stay or leave.
Well, that Nsoatreman have done the double over Kotoko.
6 points. This was a little bit more convincing than even the first game.
No, but for this game, right from the onset, Nsoatreman really showed their purpose for why they went to Kumasi. We are going there to play football, yes, but we are going there to see whether we can pick up 3 valuable points. They are heading back to Nsoatreman tonight with 3 valuable points.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt. Fortunately or unfortunately, Kotoko tried to lift themselves up, especially during the second half. They started doing a lot more of the attacking. But you see, Nsoatreman had it covered out for them. And if you watch Maxwell Kunedu's demeanor on the touchline, he knew exactly what the team had to do. They did the pressing, but they did not overpress. They did the running, they did not overrun. They knew that there will be cagey situations where they can take advantage.
I thought you were going to add a third score. They did not over. They won the game.
Well, they won the game. They picked up 3 points, and that's the most important.
But I've been impressed by their tactical play.
For the fans to be pushed to boo off the Kotoko players, I side with Nana. There's a major problem.
I mean, you can't blame the fans. They keep coming to support. They want you to give something back.
Disappointing them.
You keep disappointing. But let's talk about the tactical play of Nsoatreman today. You saw whenever they were on the ball, the purposefulness of their passing. They knew they hardly wasted passes, and they pressed when they had to press. As Prince is saying, very, very tactical today.
I think Sadat and Aqua did a great job in the team.
They did.
They were supporting the attack, and anytime they receive the ball, they try to locate where they should pass the ball well to the attacking player. So anytime, Sadat was like a deep line playmaker within the team, right in front of the back four, but he a little
defensive play at the back there.
Yes, obviously.
I'm not saying
fantastic. Surprised he's not the best.
He kept out
Mukwala on several occasions.
He had to force. It was close here, but he did the right thing. Wasn't a penalty.
It wasn't a penalty.
And throughout the 90 minutes, he made sure he did not give him breathing space.
The most dangerous player for Asante Kotoko attack is Mukwala.
But as you know, I saw most of the time, either the ball goes too far. The goal, the 60 they were left shadows.
To clear the ball away. Once it's and for the defenders to clear the ball away. And
but then is cross
to continue.
Good. What they were doing. Watch.
I'm sure at some point Justice Blay had wanted to do the clearance.
Yeah, but
would come out. That he knew he was going to the ball. But tried as he did, he just couldn't. I think he started the stretch a bit too late, which gave him enough in the ball.
Okay, so I mean, it's almost as if he's asking the defenders what happened, but the coach.
Clearly, he did not anticipate this very well. The timing was wrong. His position, okay, he have a little. Maybe he could have got fingertips to it, but measured Taylor has inch perfect position, and all he had to do.
The youngster, the baby. Imagine that. I mean, they lost narrow in that exciting thriller against Accra Lions, and they've lost again 2-1 against Nsoatreman. With no disrespect to Nations and Accra Lions and Nsoatreman, these are teams that you would expect a Kotoko side at full strength to beat, but they're losing to these teams. And the problem
and the amount of points one of the team in the but the second one, they've played 4 home games. The only win is against the Gold Stars, losing to Accra Lions, and now they've added Nsoatreman.
the been quite not right. Yeah. They deserted Kotoko already?
I'm sure they will not be comfortable with most of these players in the team, and I'm sure there will be a lot of pressure on Prosper Ogun.
More pressure.
It's a OT home, not 3 consecutive games. Now will struggle to. A lot of pressure on Prosper Ogun. A lot of pressure.
That especially in the course of the week, as they'll be preparing to face the Confederation Cup semi-finalists, who themselves lost to Dreams that would do. So that's another tricky game for Asante Kotoko to solve. Add in and more got Midiama still. It's not for the Porcupine Warriors. For Prosper, fortunately, again. So yeah, confirmation of. If you look at this on paper or even in context of current form, Charlie, it's not looking good for Kotoko unless something dramatic changes. Because look, away to Dreams, at best.
The kind of football Dreams are playing and where Kotoko is now, the best will be even Samatta want to win the Premier League.
And they're in form.
Super.
And then you travel to Takwa.
And you go to Medium. What goes to Nations and Samattes?
I know shit.
It's difficult for Asante Kotoko.
And Lagos Cities is always
in the relegation zone.
Yeah.
Around the relegation zone.
Berkum Chelsea pushing for top 4. All right.
Ask what didn't work right for your side today.
Nana, after the during the dying embers, they lost concentration, and in football, you lose concentration and to punish what happened.
Showed up how your boys, the points more than Asante Kotoko. pressure with these inconsistent performances these days?
It's a work in progress, so there's no pressure on us. We just go back and work hard and try.
Growing impatient, worry is going aggressive.
It's unfortunate. Sometimes happens. To just bear with us and maintain us. Lately change things around.
On my way to coming to conduct, I was talking and they are not up to task. They should be. The research simply not responding well. What do you think?
When things are not going well, who do they blame? Always. So we
had to deal against Confederations Cup semi-finalists on Sunday. What should the fans expect from this struggling Kotoko?
Yeah, try to get a decent result. Keep going.
Luck next time.
Thank you.
How would you describe the performance of your team?
Yeah, I say we play all attack. I mean, we defended very well, and I think that I have to congratulate my. Trying to defend, they didn't relax, even though we considered the equalizer. We kept our shape and made sure that we manipulated the ball very well. And
like you said, you were offensive game. There was no moment when you sat back. What informed the decision to bring out Neymar, bring in Bote, take out Apetogbo?
Because, look, so we had to protect him. He's still 16 years, and we have to protect him. And taking off Neymar to at least so that we could pick the second. They will use play and they go direct. So we needed guys to pick the second ball and circulate the ball around. I think tactically, we okay a lot. Having said that, I must say that Kotoko plays some wonderful football, but then today wasn't their day. I think that we created more scoring opportunities than them, but that is not. They did so well, and we have to give credit to our boys. Today we were a bit better.
And about Abdul Rahman's goal, you kept him in the game when at a point in time, like getting frustrated. Kept the winning goal.
Yeah, we were frustrated as well, especially he had a first and mistake, and we were not happy. But then a striker of his caliber, you know that you keep him up there. His pressing, his coordination with the other than that, substituting him with a midfielder so that we will shift Dio to go and act as the false nine. But then time was already spent, so there was no need for the change anymore.
You won at Chelsea. You won.
Yeah, it's because attacking football, and let's Nyankopɔn Allah and Abaka everyone Muslims around the globe. Yeah, but make us say motivated now. Yeah,
And I'm with any Chelsea ebo draw Kotoko Susuna 5 matches on winning mentality ben amodiba game number per draw and now they say the coach can you're coming all out.
Yeah, make us say Maso Kunadu at times I lose 3 matches between so and I will share so any Kasai and the respect Emma Kotoko whenever I watch you. Internal Maso say a team like Kotoko no a patient and edible. Will be patient now the all out to swear them. That's it.
Let me come to your individual performance. Man, we say we are very calm, we are composed, born about we giddy, who defender, no team, no boss, no striker. Make sure this our performance when I'm watching best player. How did you show up like this?
Oh, make us say game no Ghana league, and so make us say I must say and chair by check a crack. Yeah, and so I say and so coming more of the players and into yeah, who be answered and more giddy sir.
They say Diana Modi too many league, you know, more target me saying.
Oh, any the answer with the coaching the meeting matter. You be say yanda position here as top 4 the young team room.
Now personally, then I would just see when so.
Oh, personally the maybe she say be a national teams in the many collabs in the outside Suba. Yeah, I could pick a
no boy there. Congratulations.
Yeah, you know, Isaka, if I'm not mistaken, we'll talk about briefly. Zaytuna, Sporting Marine.
Yeah.
Aquano, he's been around for
Great Olympics.
Wow, he's been around for a long time. Hey, Onyakola, very experienced. And if you look at them on the road, it's not as if the best record.
Look, with Isaka, I mean, and I told you before we even got into the studio, now it is easy for teams to read Kotoko. Okay, so we had Max said how display and then they apply the long. So he worked to perfection. Legon cities did the same. But at least they that you hit in Nsoatreman side and for the I did not Kotoko and the total 70-30. I agree with the 50-50. Nsoatreman played their hearts out. They played very well. They took the game to Kotoko. They created the chances. And then they buried 2 of them against the run of play, especially the second goal. From the right, Aqua. And the Dunlap, 1 goal down. Then Jersey kept until it was crossed right and did the 10 corner, similar to the first score, also registering the corner. Game of the Porcupine Warriors. Very, very gent would have to work with. Even dreading what fans or trooping out before we saw.
He says Oklu was a gentleman with. Isn't it about time Prosper Ogun favors after matches? Not to to back as certain things you can say. Not the things and the supporters, the fans. Ogun report in the media. You need to start communicating better to the fans. The boss is to take all the shots.
Asante Kotoko.
Is it why not?
Asante Kotoko as a head coach.
Your reporter.
I think the report to Mensia that the management, they report to Mensia. So once he's part of the management, I would say he reports to Mensia. That would be the main issue because he's part of the four-man IMC. Anapenkra. To Mensia. That is why even when they are going for management meeting in Mensia, Ogum is part of them. So he forms part of the management and doubles as the head coach of the club. May I assure saying you prosper to Ogum or your management member. And after these matches, he wouldn't be the head coach for Kotoko by now.
Okay. Albert is on the line from Kaswa. Good evening, Albert. Barakat Salah.
Oh, Barak.
Well, let's.
Nsoatreman, they play very well. They are all out. And I think I congratulate them. Kotoko should do well next time. I use this streak is critical. And so they should do their own work well and come back. Mark Isaka. Fitting because he is very cool and plays exactly. I think they should downplay in the past. They should give them the current level and I think they will.
Very impressed with his performance. Okay, all right. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, I mean, Prince and I were talking about the fact that this guy from back, 15 years ago, Zetuna?
He's
around. He's been around. I mean, you know,
No.
He's experienced.
Yes. But like Nana Dakwa also rightly pointed out, he's one of the coolest central defenders. Yeah. Times he runs well, times he tackles well. He's hardly on a caution, you know.
And he's been so impressive that our first caller is saying that he thinks the Black Stars should look at him. Well, I mean, I'm sure maybe that's the first time you've seen him. Maybe we should see him more regularly. But based on that, I think he's done very well. And if he's 29, look at and
thank you for bringing us this coverage, and I've really enjoyed myself. Has did a great job detailing. You know, or how do you call it? Lagos City, and he knows this, and when he signed for Nsoatreman, he brought this player, so he knows this. I agree with you. I don't understand why Dr. Prosper Ogum is not facing the media. Can the GFA sanction him? Because all the coaches, to the best of my knowledge, whenever I watch the Premier League, all the local coaches, they face the media. So what is too special about Prosper Ogum delegating his assistant coach to play the media? That is not fair. And I don't know what the FA is doing about this. Kotoko did not appoint our assistant coach. Appointed Prosper Ogun. And the other issue is that he's not getting the best out of the players. I don't understand why he took out or substitute Babaya. Fourth reason, you can clearly see that limit this season. But started for his take on players and other things. But he's not doing the same at Kotoko. Last season is the media. This player saying that because things are not well for him, he will us. This is not FA must do something about this. Very much.
Thank you very much, Stu. Yeah, I think it's a fair, interesting submission there. Nana, Prince?
Well, I think I would want to share in his thoughts. I'm not too sure Dr. Prosper Ogun does not face the media before or after the games. There must be a reason, but because I don't have the reasons, I may not be in a very good position to say why. But I do think that I agree with him because, again, the explanations are much more clearer when he answers the questions because he is the man in charge. You know, but obviously you can get your assistant to face it. Accra Hearts of Oak has been doing that over the last couple of matches. And
on and off, not consistent.
It's not as consistent as the way Kotoko is doing it. But I think that it would make a lot more if Dr. Prosper in a while takes that mantle up.
So we go to German South. Johnson. Pacho, German South, there were him. Hello. Can you hear?
Yeah.
Okay, Kasawai is it?
Madam,
Okay, say but not argument. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Na tiemu so na obi bisa ni coach. Yeah. The coach Adepa the game one impress. Edruba biswa me mitimi mo sebe mpa inform wa so kan na ama onko the coach ne that first time no team be na nsantwere for so teaching every change na o tell what you know the dia na ba this time on team what say they could be said they continue to support us in book by a system mimi mu say the team no okay no team because the team ninye so that say o coach or what moment so say coach o yebo ni no be report Mr. Kotoko panini bi CEO bi na content that on board ndi me dem friend na for in na panini si po non ke board on play single di no bet no ni coach no me na no ko idea say bet na Kotoko this matches with that win at the chemo babu the chemo ko dream at the chemo ko enye black now, consumer but they will make the team up to now. Consumer be a team. Not me, is the team. Say, you now did the well. Think I saw no by players in the two job. Because they say you have to work with 2 players. Every day you have to make.
Yo, thank you very much. I'll say at the end. Prince, the pain, sometimes I allow them to talk because
Sure.
I'm looking for the word, clarity. They want some sort of assurance, explanation.
Sure.
But they're not getting that because coach is not talking to them. So at least it's a coach no kasa. It gives them some sort of, clarity, but they're not getting that.
Well, I don't think it's just about even the clarity. But you see, the Kotoko faithful and those who the supporters, let me put it that way, just like the caller said, recognize that Dr. Prosper Nate Ogum was appointed by Mesia. So if anything, he should rather show the supporters that or give them that respect in terms of the explanations here and there. Look, when Hearts and Gold played the way they wanted.
Let me go on to the line. Fabian, right? Fabian.
Mbachane.
Aha. Bibieni, it's you.
You better must watch my palm with my Bibiani and Rasbekwa. And I said the whole Ghana, Bibiani, Western of Yesham, any problem Kotoko, I want to say, prayers now, Omuntimin keep for at least 2 to 3 years. A problem. And the ambassador, Kotoko has. Omun keep prayers, at 2 to 3 seasons. One, although prayers no more born, Omonia this season, but next season, Omaya, the anti for it may turn better now or 10 prayers. Yeah, go find new prayers about. And I was expecting so many results. And and the Kotoko has your mistake in the recording now next time. No, Omuntimbo now Ghana football and fan to my parents.
Yo, thank you very much. Fabian from this has been times to enjoy football. They won again. They've won 2 after beating Hearts. They won the consecutive win. You're watching the playback of the match. I'm seeing a lot on social media. Someone is saying that I bet you will not talk about Liverpool. I will. They've lost 3-0 to Atlanta. I mean, they except Manchester United have put them on settings. But back to this game, the fans are frustrated. But I like the way they are being very Frank and Nsoatreman. He's calling from Mampo. I wonder if he's also a fan. Good evening, Frank. Eid Mubarak. Asamo. It's you.
Ogumose or resign. Because Jumano on to me or the local irrigation. I'm not going to say they are doing work in progress. What is progress about this team? Progress in the team. I didn't be a quiet.
Okay,
and people could lose with them. Even if you met the Emma. And your best I draw, I be I will must just now 1 point. We will lose everything. I think Ogun should resign. And yes, I didn't go as the Nimunyanga crowd or signing in Kotoko on resigning. That is the best thing for him. Because the BBN work at man Oba the original touch and I have in the main original. Original touch and prayers in a bab everybody should prayers in the the Bible. Which means that dressing room. It's like entertain this and another way in dressing room. And prayers no bar or bar protocol. That is very powerful. Because also play passing football, so the pressing count. We press, we don't press. And you know, midfield don't do StarTimes for dominate or midfield. Meanwhile, who does Bria? Choba best midfielder in Ghana. Our defenders will also just the ball midfield. So midfield is a prepare. What it has been about midfield. Now, press defenders now. Who bench who defend. still the defense. And I'm making no losing now over the ball in the Musa. I think Ogum should resign.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, Nana. Omo case eto why they always give you a scenario and they back it with some sort of a. So the supporters, it looks like they've had enough.
No, for I've already said it on this platform before that it's not like Ogum is a bad coach, but looking at the way things are going within the club, sometimes you need to take bold decisions, and one of them is to let Ogum leave for a new manager to take over till the end of the season, for them to stabilize them for the club, so that next season, prior to the pre-season, they will get a new coach to take over for the club. So I'm sure the best thing they can do within the club as it stands now is to let Ogum leave for a new coach to come in. I agree with the callers, and I've said it on this platform on several occasions that looking at where things are going, I don't think Ogum is the best person to end the season with them. And yes, they will be only confident to score Asante Kotoko. It will be more in the games now. So the best thing for them as it stands now is to let Ogum go for a new coach to come in.
Prince, so now is the time, or give him to the end of the season, or? But I thought they gave him 4 or 5. Maybe Yanko Kumasi, Charles. Good evening, Charles. Barakade Salah.
Good evening. I'm Charles from Kumasi.
Hello.
I'm Charles from Kumasi. Can you?
Loud and clear. Listen.
May I say, Bimoka say, Ogum MA press conference. How can a management member have a press conference? He's a management member. He sees himself being more of a management member than coming to be a coach and explaining things to us. Why a bossy in Kotoko? Because he's the owner who called him. Due to that, into Onfo and now Kotoko supporters are just looking on. Very difficult to watch Kotoko match. Kotoko match, it's only one thing that will happen. Ukofio is lost. The coach has lost the dressing room. We'll lose prayers. Nothing is working in Kotoko. IMC member somewhere. Manage administrator away. We technical director away. Nana, how much does he know football? Before his appointment, what was his role in football? What is his understanding in football? He knows nothing, next to nothing in football.
Are you talking about Prosper Ogun?
I'm talking about the management of Kotoko.
Okay.
Apart from Ogum, who is a coach, who must concentrate as a coach. The rest of management, administrator, where is he now? For more than almost 2 weeks, 3 weeks, he's not in Ghana. What is about Ukotia Piowe? What is his knowledge in football? How long has he been in football? Who knows him in football? But he has been appointed leading Kotoko and hurting so many hearts. Yes, Kotoko like a fine club. Sunday school, Yakobobo. School time, Yakobobo. No leadership in Kotoko again. So that's what we are supposed to happen. Kotoko does not have any leader. In the area, Bobby Keke. I remember when I relegation near Tuasu. Kotoko is not a fan club.
Yes, thank you. You know what I like about these fans? They're very calm. They're calm.
And it looks like he knows a lot.
Yeah, they have a way of. I mean, what he said is basically.
He's hitting the nail on the head.
It's difficult to. He sounds like he knows what he's talking about, so it's very difficult to even. With very, very sensible comments and suggestions, and I think we just allow. But look, it's for Kotoko, it's a crisis. I mean, look, you can't win all your matches, but show some fights so that your fans would feel that you are there for them. I don't think they're seeing that at the moment, unfortunately.
Well, I was not too impressed with their game today, and we said it, and rightly so. There was no pressing, there was no urgency in their basically everything, But the calmness of the fans. Let's not mistaken it for the fact that they are taking things for granted.
They are sad.
I saw something similar when Hearts played Goldfields, and they had to take some of the leadership of the Hearts team, Mamaga, Blaubim, Pata, and co, to really calm the nerves of the players. Look, your actions or attitudes or your anger will not change anything.
Okay, let's go to the Volta region. Germany. Germany, have I said it right? Not Germany. Germany.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Obed, we're listening to you. Yo, Pacho Free here. I want to be sure if I've not gotten it wrong. Germany. All right, into.
It's a
Oh, yeah, Kotoko. So what should come now?
Big dia mutu na Ghana Premier League. Emi me free na kimmo da ma 17 na ba me ban swam start time e de ba ha yensu ya de local league na yensu ya exam enti de dika kan bo ma bas asem de la me di mana.
Oh, sorry.
Some didn't me. You play a bit to say justice. Your last match, any between United. Bona finish a Blake at the committee are with answer and a quiet found. And then so and a prayer and done in a year they can go and say. And so your best start because he has started, you know, coach Nick as a blue with it's a natural position and as I always son of one and got answer Ed Bonum. You were it's out. This is it. Modern Ogumi penasem Okoy and Yana and Yesen Sombra, but baby Dunu, and Beyango, and resign. Okay, the Bayan Guasiano, and you the Kakramis canon.
But that's, yeah. Ballers are unanimous. I mean, you take your time. But, and I said, there's luck in football. It's like Kotoko's luck has run out. I don't know. I don't so. This, when you see this, it is alarming. I mean, Sabi, with all due respect, you normally see this with teams that have just come in relegation.
Sure.
But that has turned. If you look at the teams that have just come into the Ghana Premier League, Ubehu green, yellow, green, occasional red. So, look at Brecum Chelsea. They fought very, very hard to beat Dreams, who are catching up. Gold Stars fought 5 goals in that. Charlie, it's battles everywhere. Yeah, Bofokwatano fighting relegation against Adriana, looking for the title. And they will bounce back after losing. They drew. You know, Heart of Lions beat Accra Lions, who are one of the informed teams. Accra Lions way. Legon Cities, tough game against the league leaders Samatex. Everywhere, Midiama 2 against Hearts. But I like to point out, Osha Hearts of Oak performance, they lost, but they were dominated. They were not bullied. They were not out of it. They tried. So the fans are complaining too much. You know, they can see something working, but I said it's difficult at this stage. Royal Tamale United also beats Nations 1-0. Tough games. Everybody's fighting. And then Nsoatreman have topped it up by beating Kotoko at Babayara. 10th the season. Let's take a look at what this means. So Diama dropped down. Teams 5. lost at the top. Very they get wins in games. Slip. That's what it could mean. Now we could have maybe a 2 or at the moment 3 points separating the top two. No, who's that?
One match.
Yeah, just. Easy. Same point, but for quite if
Yes, you know, it makes things difficult for the teams down there. You can see Bofo, Karela, Lagos. Dreams FC 2 games, so they take some points. And their game against Asante Kotoko this weekend is a crucial game for them. And I think where some of these teams are, if they want to be in the Premier League, they fight.
Big thanks. Big thanks. Yeah, I'll give you 15 seconds to wrap it up. Uncle Edu.
Well, it's getting tougher and tougher by the match days. Another set of tough matches coming up over the weekend. Let's see how things go. Let's see how the losers back out there.
Metro, that's the regional football of today, and tomorrow there's a big game. Interesting. It is MS Soccer Academy one. It will be at the Bantama AstroTurf. So if you have time, go there and watch that. Kumasi Zamalek against MS Soccer Academy, 3 p.m. and they will start young players who'll be through, and of course train tour is they will start on the 20th of April, and we'll definitely be bringing a lot happening as far as football is concerned. And yeah, the 3-0 at home against Atalanta from in the Confederation Cup. Well, I say Confederation Cup. That's a big trap. I was going to say Klopp, Prosper Ogun should show some drain. Right, guys, women's football, the GPL, and more besides that. Big thanks to Prince. Big thanks to Mama.